Okay, so for the neck exercise, you just tilt the head back gently, lips together, and then you bring the tip of the tongue repeatedly up and down towards the roof of the mouth for between about 30 to 60 seconds. And that's really toning up that area of the neck. So I'd say that's a good one if you just want to sort of blast the neck area, and you can do that once or twice a day.
When you say bring the tongue up, you're bringing it down to the bottom of your mouth and then back up? Or?
No, you're bringing it to the right to the roof of the mouth at about what rate of 1 per second. So it's going up and down like this towards the roof of the mouth.
So like the tip of your tongue just...
So you should see it just underneath the chin. If you place a hand just underneath the chin.
Okay, I see.
Feel it? Yeah, exactly. So you're just doing that, and that's toning up that whole neck area.
Okay, that's beautiful. What about like the banding? A lot of women get banding underneath their neck.
First of all, I always say to people, a little bit of banding is completely normal. I mean, you even look at quite young children and they have banding. We almost need that to sort of move our neck. So don't over worry about that. But I would say if you can do techniques like the one I've just showed you, there's another one where you can tilt the head back. You can place your hands onto your collarbone and just slightly bring your bottom lip out as you tilt your head back, and that engages that big platysma muscle again at the front of the neck. And you can do a little bit of massage as well, so you can just very gently sort of run the hands up the neck. You can tap the fingertips all the way over the neck area. That just helps to improve the skin tone in that area, and any massage we're doing is really helping with the collagen and elastin too, so that is really good for the neck. But all the muscles are connected in the face, so working another area provides support and lift for another. So for example, if we work the jaw, then we're helping to give some support and lift for the neck, and vice versa. So it's really important, even if you're only doing, like you said, sort of 5 key techniques, try and work different parts of the face, and then you're keeping everything in check. And then the jaw area, obviously connected to the neck, but we tend to hold a lot of stress in that area. And when we hold stress in that area, we do lots of things. It can cause pain and headaches, but it can also mean that the neck gets looser and more of those bands because we're tensing that whole area. Also, it means that we can get deeper nasolabial folds between the nose and the mouth because, again, we're holding stress and tension. So you can massage that area with 2 fingers and thumb. You can just go right down into the muscle and pinch up. So you're pinching up the jawline, going down into the muscle, pinching up the jawline. It's a simple massage, but it's very good for releasing tension and stress, but also it has a lovely lifting effect for the jaw as well.
Really? So just pinching your jaw, your mandible, is that what it's be called?
Yeah.
So you're just pinching the mandible, taking like your 2 pointer fingers, or your 2 index and pointer finger, and then your middle.
Yeah.
Thank you. And your thumb, and just pinching across.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do that about 3 times. If you want to continue for up to a minute, you can do. And then you can run your thumbs just gently up the jawline. That has a really lovely lifting effect as well.
Ooh, yeah, getting that sharp jawline.
Exactly.
What else? What's another good one?
So let's move on to the cheek area now. So again, we want to work with lifting and toning, have lots of muscles in the cheeks. One of my favorite ones for the cheek area is where you puff both cheeks out full of air. Place your hand over your lips. With your lips closed, you need to make sure you're breathing in and out through your nose. And you hold there, and as you hold there, you're working the muscles, and then you can add some massage to it by just gently tapping. So puff your cheeks out, tap with one hand over one side, then swap and tap the other side. So you're working the muscles under the skin, and as you strengthen and tone the muscles under the skin attaches tightened and tautened and firmed, and then you're getting that massage, which is going to help brighten the skin. You're bringing all that fresh blood and nutrients and oxygen up to the skin surface.
Yes, that's what we want, the lymph, the blood flow. That's what concerns me a little bit about Botox. I'm with you. I agree. I think you should be pro-choice. Whatever makes somebody feel good is exactly for them. But like you also said, to be informed. And what I am concerned about is that a lot of women aren't being informed as to what happens to the lymph and the blood flow when you have Botox. So that's inhibiting or impeding its natural flow, right? So then what makes us look youthful is to have that lymph draining, so all the toxins are draining out, and then the blood flow is bringing that fresh, new, it's helping with everything. It's feeding the cellular turnover and just even the color in our face. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but people like overdo Botox, the skin can get kind of a translucent kind of look to it. Have you noticed that?
Well, I hear lots of horror stories, as you can imagine. Lots of people who have done things like Botox and fillers and maybe had a reaction to it, or they've gone to a wrong practitioner, have come to me for face yoga afterwards, looking for an alternative, but also looking for a way to heal their face after that trauma that they've been through. So yeah, I've seen lots of different skin changes, lots of dark circles under the eyes, actually, which is interesting. And it is, again, that blockage in the circulation. If you're into Chinese medicine, the qi, or if you're into yoga, the prana, that feeling of that energy flow can get blocked as well. So certainly, I must admit, I've seen it all, the good and the bad, really.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be really good too. Okay, so, well, as far as like how it can look, but I always think about the long-term effects. I'm one of those people that's always thinking opportunity cost. Okay, if I do this now, what's it going to cost me later?
That's good.
Yeah, I don't want to be 80 thinking, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have frozen my face so that there was no lymph and blood flow.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's good that you think about long-term effects of things, because actually not a lot of people do.
Yeah, we definitely need to. So, okay, I love that puffer one. That puffer, like blow the air into both sides of your cheeks. Would it be good to kind of alternate too, like blow?
You can do that. That's another, yeah.
Okay.
That's another one of my exercises. So transferring from side to side. So that's really, again, going to help with that muscle tone. And then you can move on to the eye area.
Okay.
Again, an area.
Eye area too.
Yes, so many tips for the eye area. But I would probably say one of the biggest concerns that people tend to have with the eye area is dark circles and puffiness under the eyes. So I think whatever age that we are, we can suffer from that at certain points in our life, even certain points in our day. I mean, sleep affects it, nutrition affects it, hydration, as you will know, affects it. Yeah. So lymphatic drainage for the eye area is super helpful. So the best finger to use is a ring finger if you're quite heavy-handed. If you're quite gentle with your hands, you can use that index finger. And you just start in that inner corner of the eye and you just run the finger underneath the eyebrows, and then you come gently underneath your eye, back to that starting position, and then just keep that going. Now, you don't want to drag the skin here. The skin around the eye area is about 10 times thinner than the skin in the rest of the face. So we don't want to drag it, and actually dragging that skin can damage it a lot, and we do it a lot without realizing. Maybe we rub our eyes, maybe when we're taking makeup off, we rub it. Maybe allergies mean that we're rubbing it too much, and that area can actually really get damaged, which can cause lines, and it can worsen things like dark circles and puffiness. So gentle touch is really, really helpful. And you can even do a tapping with the index finger around the eye area as well. It doesn't feel like you're doing a huge amount, but just think about the skin like a piece of tissue paper in that area. It's so thin. So we don't always need to be going deep and hard with these techniques. Gentle is actually better for the eye area. And also you can do those eye movements that I mentioned at the beginning as well. They're great for working the eye area and working deep within those eye muscles too.
So you were using your index finger to go in circles around your eye, and you were starting at the inner corner and then going out, down, and then back up to where you started. Why that direction? Why do we want to go from the inner corner up and out? Why would we not go down and move our fingers up? Because I always think you're wanting to move upward, up, move the face up, up. So that exercise has always been counterintuitive to the way I think that it should be. So explain to me why we're going down.
Yeah, well, you're completely right. When it comes to lifting massage, I would definitely say you want to go upwards. When it comes to lymphatic drainage massage, you want to go downwards. You want to drain down towards our lymph nodes. And we have just under the eyebrows, it's almost like, the way best way I describe it, it's like a little tap there. And you can just turn on that tap and then move round to that little drainage point there where we're helping to drain any excess lymph. So same with the neck area. If you would go to the side of the neck and you just very gently, and not dragging the skin, this is why we do it gentle, because we're not pulling the skin down, we're just aiding the lymph. You can just gently glide the fingers down, and that's lymphatic drainage. If I was to work on a lifting massage for the neck, I would work more the front of the neck, and I would work upwards, and I'd go a little bit deeper, getting into the muscle. So you're right, there is a lifting aspect. So for example, the eyebrow area, if I wanted to lift the eyebrows, I'd use that 2-finger and thumb pinching again, and I'd pinch upwards and outwards because I'm really trying to lift that area. But if I'm trying to drain lymph, I'm just doing it a little bit gentler, but a little bit further on that downwards motion.
So that brings me to my next point then. So we might want to do the deeper massage first and then end with the lymphatic drainage. Would that be correct?
Absolutely. Now I say if you're going to do ideal, that would be it. But it's a lot for most of us to get our head around just to do face yoga every day anyway.
Yeah.
So even if you're doing some lifting techniques and then you're doing a little bit of lymphatic drainage, or the other way around, that's better than nothing. Just get into the habit of doing face yoga. That's the most important thing. The order is really something when you're very used to doing it a lot. You know, it has to be realistic and it has to be kept up for life. So do what you can when you can. The lymphatic drainage is particularly nice to do in the morning, particularly around the eye area. That's really, really lovely if you do wake up with dark circles and puffiness. And then you can even do your lifting massage later on in the day. You don't even need to do all as one routine together.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, that's great. So we can do a little massage, and the massage is where we're working into the muscle, and then the lymph is just really at the surface, right, where the skin's at, and it's just so gentle, just that little light feather touch, right?
Yes, you've got it, exactly.
Yeah, and that can do so much. It's amazing how these little exercises that you're talking about, just like tapping your eyes and this like gentle motion, can do so much. I mean, it feels like, you know, oh, what is this doing? It's doing nothing, but it isn't. It's actually doing a lot.
Well, it's so relaxing for a start, and anything feel good is going to help us look good. And such a huge part of my method, the Danielle Collins face yoga method, is very much about what's going on in the inside. If we can do techniques that help us feel good in our mind, if we can look after our body from the inside, it's going to shine out through our face. You know, doing a face exercise is great, doing a little bit of massage is great, but we want to go deeper than that, really. We really want to look at everything holistically. And I always talk about 5 areas of my method: the face exercise, the face massage, the acupressure, the relaxation, and then finally the well-being. And the well-being is as important, if not more important, than the other ones. And simple things like when we're looking in a mirror, understanding how we speak into ourselves. You may have spent 30 minutes doing your face yoga, but are you looking in the mirror and then criticizing the way you look? And I get it, we all do it. I don't think there's one person out there that doesn't do that. You know, we all do it, but it's having that awareness of that and then thinking, what can we do about that? Let's try and bring that the other way around and do a few affirmations, however strange or weird or silly it might feel to stand in the mirror and do some affirmations. Getting through that discomfort, doing it, letting that just feed into your subconscious, and that's going to help our face look more glowing and more youthful than anything.
Oh, I love that you brought that up. It's so essential, because if we're carrying around that feeling of being unhappy or not satisfied with who we are, that's going to show on our face, and it usually comes in the form of tension in the face, and then that's going to be creating that look, you know.
Tracy, you've just broken up again.
Oh, oh, yeah. So when we're
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Right. Yeah, I can now. It just broke up halfway through what you were saying then.
Oh, I was saying that when I love that you're talking about that inner dialogue, because the thoughts that we think towards ourselves are going to show up on our face. And if those thoughts are thoughts of love and gratitude, the face is going to be more relaxed, and we're not going to have those tense tense facial expressions that are creating the wrinkles or contributing to the wrinkles that we don't want, because there are also wrinkles from smiling and laughing that can be really beautiful.
I completely agree.
They're
for
not
sure.
so all bad, yeah, but it's the ones, I think the 11s, you know, when people frown and the lines on the forehead, those are showing a more of a tense, frustrated type of look, or an intensity to the face, and then the lighthearted, the smile, the laughter, those kind of things. It's actually, I was wondering this the other day, and you can tell me because you're the expert. Is smiling a good exercise? Because it feels like it's like tightening this and lifting this area. So I was wondering, is that good for that youthful yoga, face yoga?
Well, I would say, first of all, the best thing about smiling is it makes you feel good on the inside. So everything we've just talked about, when you smile, you feel good, and then you're going to look more glowing on the outside. In terms of it as an actual exercise, smiling is working the muscles under the skin. But because we are doing that position without any sort of smoothing of the fingers or without any resistance, eventually we will get lines in that area. But that doesn't mean we should stop smiling. We can do some facial exercises to help counteract any lines which are created in that area. But smiling is so important, you know, and I have had clients come to me before and said, you know, I try not to smile because I know that it gives me lines and wrinkles.
I have friends who walk around with like a frozen face. They try not to make any expression. It's like, oh, you know, I want to see like your inner world. I want to enjoy you, and I can't because your face isn't showing me anything. That's another thing with the masks, of wearing these masks. I can't see people smile, and it's just
I know
connected from them.
I know
the facial expressions are so powerful.
I know, so true.
So if smiling is good because it's lifting, but then it's also creating these little creases here, would it be good to what's a good exercise and smile and then it's flattening out or
exactly. So what you can do is you can do a sort of smile position, and you can I like one where you tuck your lips around your teeth, because it just means that you don't create any of those little lines around the mouth. You do the smile, but then you use your index fingers and just smooth any lines that are created around that area. If you do that, then you're getting all the benefits of a lifting that a smile has, but you're keeping the area around the mouth smooth, and you're keeping those nasal labial folds smooth, and that little bit of finger resistance there just means you work the muscles a bit deeper.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So is it better to do it sitting up, or are these exercises something you can do while you're laying down in bed when you first wake up in the morning?
I generally tend to recommend sitting, but you can do them lying if that works for you. Do face yoga when you can. It's more important that you do it, and it's more important you enjoy doing it than you sort of stress yourself out and think, right, I have to sit on a chair and I have to sit on a yoga mat and do it this way. Do what you can when you can. Integrate it into your day as well. You know, if you can sit down for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and do a full face yoga routine, you know, in front of the mirror or sat on a yoga mat or meditation cushion, wonderful. If you can't do that and you just realistically know that's not going to fit into your life, pick one or two techniques that you do when you're in bed in the morning, first thing. Do a couple when you're in the shower. Do a few when you take your makeup off in the evening. I've actually got an app which is called Face Yoga for Your Busy Life, and it's all 2-minute sections that you can do at different points in your day. And that's perfect for someone that does say, actually, I'm pretty busy, but I still want to do face yoga.
Does the app remind you throughout the day? Does it send you a little ping to say, hey, you should do a little yoga for 2 minutes right now, facial yoga?
Oh, Tracy, you've broken up again.
Does the app send you a little ping to let you know when you should do the yoga, the facial yoga?
Will you say that again, Tracy? It just broke up for a moment again.
Does the app send you a little ping to remind you to do it throughout the day?
It doesn't send you a little ping, but what you can do is you can just click on any section where you are. So you literally open your app and you can go when I'm in the shower, and you can see the 3 techniques that you need to do when you're in the shower.
Okay.
Or you can just click on when I'm in the bath, when I'm at my desk, when I'm driving my car, and you can just know the ones that you do then. Or you can just use it as a full sit-down routine. It works really nicely as a full routine together.
Oh, nice. Okay. Can you say what the app is again so that our listeners can download it?
It's called Face Yoga for Your Busy Life. If you just search Danielle Collins in your app store, I have 5 apps. So I have a face yoga one, which is all in 10-minute sections. I have Face Yoga for Busy Life, which is all in 2-minute sections. And then I have body yoga, wellbeing yoga, and I have a lovely pregnancy yoga too. You can see me in my big pregnancy tummy.
Oh, I'm looking right now. It's so great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Face Yoga for Your Busy Life.
Yeah, and you just a one-off fee of that one. So it's £9.99 British pounds, which dollars wise, I can't think what it is in dollars, around $10 or $11, I think, is a one-off fee. You don't have to pay a subscription or anything like that.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to download that and use that. And it looks like it's like little videos.
It is little videos, exactly, little videos, and filmed in Greece as well on the beach. So it's amazing scenery.
Well, your skin looks great. Let's talk a little bit about hydration and how this face yoga helps to activate the hydration, give you that extra glow. What is it about face yoga that helps the skin become more hydrated?
Yeah, so when you're regularly doing the massage, you're helping with that cell turnover. So that's really, really good for the hydration of the skin. Lymphatic drainage is as well. But I really recommend that you are hydrating, because we're doing a lot of detoxification with the face yoga. We're doing a lot of massage, which also needs that circulation boosting. And as you know, for the circulatory system, we need hydration from the inside out. So we really do need to be drinking our water, doing all the things that you recommend, which I'm super interested in, by the way. I'd really be interested to know how you think that hydration complements face yoga as well. But eating the hydrating foods as well. You know, in my book, I talk about the importance of hydrating foods, the watermelon, the cucumber, and these type of thing. You know, we do need to nourish ourselves from the inside to get the best results from our face yoga.
Yes, absolutely. Because when we are doing that lymphatic drainage, the lymph is like almost, I like to call it like the trash can of the body, you know, it's dumping everything out. And if that trash can gets full and that trash can doesn't get taken out, then it's going to back into our bloodstream and put a burden on our organs again. And that's not a good situation. So hydration is a huge component to not having a puffy face, and that is because our lymphatic and our kidneys, they're like sisters. They work in tandem with each other, and there's this synchronicity and this magical flow between the two. And as we know, the kidneys are the governing house of everything, like with the water and the hydration, and they're a big role in all of that. And so our lymph and our kidneys need to be in optimal health, and draining lymph every single day is essential. And I love that you're bringing attention to the face, because face lymph drainage is just as important as the rest of the body. And like you said, a lot of times we're not taking care of up here. We're just like, well, let me go to a plastic surgeon or get a filler to take care of this part of my body, but then go work out this part. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, we can work out the whole, our totality of who we are is really important. Absolutely. And your skin looks so beautiful. You have great, it's awesome. So tell us a little bit about you. What do you do every day? Do you have an hour, a half an hour doing this, 10 minutes?
I try and do at least 20 minutes every day. So I'll usually do that in the evening. I'll either do it while I'm in the bath or if I'm sat watching a movie with my husband. You know, I really just try and integrate it into my day where I can. Sometimes I'll try to do a little bit in the mornings as well, but definitely it's such an important part of my day and my routine. And occasionally if I do have to skip it, I've really noticed a difference. So not only in my skin, but also in the way I feel in my mind and body too.
Really?
And also yoga's a big part of my life as well. You know, I do yoga for the body and mind every day. And by doing that, it's obviously nourishing my overall well-being and my wellness, but it helps the face as well. There's so many yoga poses, for example, when we do forward bends, which help to bring all the fresh blood and nutrients and oxygen to the face. The back bends are so good for helping to lift and tone the neck area. The twists are so good for helping with the lymphatic drainage, with the lymphatic system. Balance poses really help us to focus and relax our face. So actually, there's lots of other things I do as well as the face yoga, like the body yoga, which do benefit the face as well.
Oh, that's such a great explanation. I love that you said that because everything does all work together. And if we're not thinking of it that way, then we may be missing out. And it may, what you just said, maybe those crucial little tips that are going to get people to that next level, that's going to make all the things that they're doing actually work for them. So, okay, so you have an app, you have your book. What else, if we want to learn more about you, is there a YouTube channel or anything else where we can learn more about all of your amazing techniques?
So there's loads of videos on my YouTube channel. So it's called The Face Yoga Expert. So you can subscribe to that, and I post twice a week, brand new videos on that, everything to do with face yoga, lots of wellness stuff. I often post stuff to do with facial tools like gua sha, jade rollers, that type of thing too.
Oh, lovely.
So you can check all that out on my YouTube channel. I also put loads on my Instagram, as you probably know. So that's at Face Yoga Expert. My Facebook is The Face Yoga Expert. Again, lots of videos on there. And you can go to my website, which is faceyogaexpert.com, which explains more about how you can train to be one of my certified teachers of the Danielle Collins Face Yoga Method, about courses I have for personal use, and about all the other products and services I've got.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so we can learn all about face yoga from all of those different things. And just going back before we end, gua sha, that has gotten so popular. What would you say if you could give people some simple tips with gua sha that would help them be successful with it? Because I know there's so much controversy about the way to do it and not do it. So give us a couple tips on that.
Yeah. So first of all, I would say go for a good quality gua sha. There's so many out there. You can get them on Amazon for like $10 now, like super cheap. And they're usually just made of a piece of glass or some crushed up marble. And if you're going to use a gua sha, then you want to use the jade crystal or the rose quartz crystal, because if you're rubbing it over your face, you don't want to be rubbing over your face something which is just man-made or something which is put together in unethical ways. You know, they're often mass-produced in factories which are quite unethical. So go for the proper crystal would be my first bit of advice, because the crystal has so many healing benefits. And if you're getting a proper one, then, I mean, it doesn't cost a huge amount of money. You'll probably look at maximum about $40, but you have it for life. They last. So you get those lovely healing benefits of jade, which is very, very renowned for its anti-aging benefits, for its benefits of lifting the skin. You want to do it with a nice clean face. You want to apply a little bit of moisturizing serum or oil. And then you want to just start just with the side of the neck, very, very gently going downwards, just for that little bit of lymphatic drainage. You want to use the little sort of ridge part and just work up the side of the jaw, and then working up the cheeks. You can just very gently work under the eyes, go up between the eyebrows, working at number 11 lines, across the forehead, and then you can go back down again and again finish with that downwards either side of the neck. It can take about 1 minute per day. It's an amazing routine. It's a great addition to your face yoga. You can do it if you want your skin to instantly look plumper and firmer. I mean, there's been studies done on gua sha which has shown how it improves the circulation by 400%, which is amazing. Wow. So it's a lovely tool. I'm really a big fan of it. Again, if you go to my website, you'll see one on there which we stock from what I believe is the best company around to make that beautiful crystal jade gua sha. So you can see that one in there if you're not sure sort of where to purchase that from. But it's a lovely tool to integrate into your routine. It feels so healing as well.
And the lighter, the better. We don't want to go too deep or do too heavy-handed with it.
You can just be fairly gentle. It's quite difficult to go too deep with it. It shouldn't ever feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't ever go over any broken skin, over any raised moles, over any part of the skin which is very inflamed. If you do have a part of the skin which is inflamed, maybe you have a very active acne spot, for example, a little tip is you can just keep your gua sha in the fridge. You can then take it out and just simply place it over the top of the spot, and it will have that coolness, and the healing benefits of the crystal will just take that inflammation down. You can even rub a little bit of aloe vera on it and then just place it over the spot. That works beautifully if you do have inflammation. So you don't want to go too hard over any sensitive skin.
Okay. So maybe more of a medium-handed, not too light, but not too hard. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
And then what do you think about those machines that are, I have a machine called a MyoPulse machine, and it's working the, I'm losing the name right now. It's, oh gosh, it's not a TENS unit, it's a microcurrent unit. Do you believe in the microcurrents? What do you think about microcurrent?
I mean, it depends exactly which one you're using. I mean, there's so many levels, from little, very small handheld devices, which just sort of vibrate on the muscles, to sort of heavy duty salon type machines. So it's always difficult to give sort of one answer, because it really depends on which one you're using. But some of the just really simple, really gentle ones that you can use at home, where you just massage over the face, you've got that tiny little microcurrent, which is just gently vibrating on the muscles, which is just helping the muscles to contract and relax, which is helping to firm them. I think they're great. Some of the machines I know are a little bit deeper, and really they're probably meant to be for a salon professional to use on you as a treatment rather than for home use. So yeah, I mean, it's not really one answer to that, to be honest.
Okay. Do you think they can cause more harm than good, or are they all perfect?
Yeah, I think if you're using them in the wrong way, they can, absolutely. Like I say, if they just
wrong way to use it, going in the wrong direction, or
yeah, if it's a very heavy duty one that is meant to be used in a salon, then you could damage the skin by overstimulating it. You could use it for too long. You could use it over areas of the skin which is already damaged, and you could damage that skin further. So you have got to be really careful. I mean, if you're using, I don't know if you've seen like one of those little gold bar tools that you can get, which you just turn on, and they're little sort of vibrating machines, and they're very gentle and they're very safe for most people. But yeah, some of the sort of bigger, more heavy duty ones, you have got to be a bit more careful with.
Oh yeah, those vibrators, I love that. There's actually this one, it's called Crave. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's a gold vibrator that's like a necklace that you can wear, right? And it's just this little wand. It was actually created, I got it, Gwyneth Paltrow was doing this little event, and they had them there, and it was meant to be for your for female stimulation, clitoris really. But I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I could use this necklace for my face, like just when I'm driving or I'm on an airplane or mostly travel. And so I use it all the time. And it's just so nice to massage my face and it just vibrates.
I love that you're using on your face. That is hilarious.
But what's quite funny about it is there are quite a few women who have that as well, and they know what it's for, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what that's for." And I'm like, "No, actually, I just know."
You're like, "I promise, it's just for my face."
I was just using my face, but yeah, it's kind of cool. So those are all awesome. There's so many different tools we can use, and that actually helps with activating hydration. Is just really working on draining that lymphatic every day. It's so essential because, as we know, the heart has that pump, but the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump. So we are responsible to get that moving, and even going for a walk can be great for the face, right?
For sure.
What about inversions? Do you really believe in inversions for the face?
Yeah, I mean, inversions are great, but again, it just depends on your ability and your health levels. But you can do some simple inversions. You can actually just lie on the floor with your legs up against the wall. And that's great for the circulation. You know, you don't need to be doing a full headstand every day to help the face. I mean, if you're a yogi and you're used to doing full headstands, great. That can really help to nourish the face. But simple legs up the wall, even gentle shoulder stands are really nice for that. Even if you know your yoga, even things like a bridge pose can be beautiful for helping the face.
Oh, I love it. Danielle, thank you so much for your time today. You gave us so much valuable information. I love your book. I can't wait to use your app. I'm really excited about it. And I will look forward. We're going to connect together again soon. When the world opens back up, I want to have you over here for a retreat so we can teach everyone the face yoga.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy, for having me. It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye. Bye.